Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Echo. In today's video, as you can tell from the title, we're going to use the TBR jargon to figure out what my July TBR shall be. Now, I was debating whether or not to do this, to do another TBR video because I didn't do one for June, and I was thinking I wasn't going to do one for July either, but like, I enjoy these videos, so we're doing another one. But anyway, basically, if you don't know or haven't seen the premise before, it's pretty popular, so I'm sure you have, but basically there's a bunch of prompts or random things in this jar, and basically you pick one out, pick a book that matches that one the best. And yeah, since the last time I've done this, I'm pretty sure I have cleared out and like went through this and gotten rid of like any duplicates that I have, and also like just put some new prompts in as well. So let's just get to the very first prompt and not make this intro very long. So yeah, let's just pick the first one. I'm also hoping I get some new ones that I haven't gotten before, because I feel like I've been getting a lot of the same ones for the last bit, but I don't know. But anyway, let's see the first one. Ooh, okay, short one, a horror book. So I got quite a few options for that. Well, yeah, I'll do this one. That was a quick pick, honestly, because I don't know, I just kind of automatically knew which one I wanted to go with. So the first one that we're going to start off with is Hell Followed With Us by Andrew Joseph White. I have actually started this book. I started it, like read the first 40 or so pages back in September of last year. I was in a reading slump then, so I just never finished it, but I have heard like really good things about this author, and I want to read some of his other books as well, because I've heard all of his books are pretty good. So yeah, this one is basically like an apocalyptic type of horror. Basically, the main character is a trans man that's stuck in this like sort of cult, and basically he was infected with some sort of virus or something to turn him into this sort of monster, and basically he's trying to run away to where the cult can't get their hands on him and get the heck on out of there. So he ends up, as he's doing his whole escape thing, running into this group of teens from this LGBTQ center, and they offer him shelter and stuff as long as he can control the monster that's trying to take over and help defend them. But their leader has some sort of hidden agenda that's going on and stuff. So basically that's what this is about. There's secrets and stuff, and it's horror, and I'm pretty sure this is like body horror and stuff, so there are like trigger warnings in this, so I would recommend checking that out if you do want to read this book. But anyway, first one, Hell Followed With Us. Alright, next book. Let's pick one out of here. Alright, this one is An Ugly Cover. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if there's many covers that I have that I find to be like ugly. Because most of like the new modern covers are gonna be pretty good, I feel, and that's like most of the books that I have. So let me pause this and I'll take a look at my books and see like what I can find. Okay, so I've selected it. Now this cover is not bad, I just personally do not like it. So that cover is specifically the US cover to Our Wives Under the Sea. I just don't like the font. Like the UK cover, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. The UK cover for this book is so much prettier, and I like it so much more. And this is like, eh. It's not like horrible. I've definitely seen like worse like covers like online and stuff, but like for me, I personally do not like this one. So yeah, this is another, oh, by the way, both of these books are queer. This, obviously, I feel like that should be obvious. This is like a sapphic ocean horror book, so we got 2 horrors already. I don't know specifically what this one's about, but I know it's something to do with the ocean and stuff like that, but I don't know. I've heard this one's like pretty good, I feel like for most of the part I see like decent reviews of this book, so yeah, that's gonna be our second one. I really want to get some like fantasy in this because that's like my most read genre, so obviously I'm gonna want it in there. So let's pick the next one. All right, we got it. Oh, this is one of my written ones. Has a queer character. So we can just go like straight to my queer bookshelf and pick one off of this. What do I feel like reading? I'm kind of feeling, I'm gonna be indecisive about this, aren't I? I don't really want to be, but I'm kind of feeling this one. Well, actually, yeah, I think I'll go with this one. So, this is another, like, sapphic book, I believe. This one's sci-fi, though. Basically, apparently the multiverse is, like, finally found out to be real, and they find out how to, like, travel through the multiverse and stuff. But nobody can, like, apparently no one can visit a world where their counterpart is alive, so they just have to go where their counterparts are dead. But apparently I'm a little confused on how this works. I don't know. I'm a little confused on that synopsis. I'm trying to like speed read it, but basically I don't exactly know what happens in this book. I'm lazy and I don't feel like reading the back, so yeah. I also have actually started this book like sometime last year. I don't remember when. I read like the first couple pages of it. How far in did I get? I got to page 15. So yeah, sci-fi, sapphic. We're getting all queer books, I guess. I don't know why, but yeah. This book is the next one. Alright. Let's go ahead and pick the next one from the drawer. I've selected, alright, let's see. A book I never think about reading. I've definitely gotten this one before. I guess, I mean, we could pick one from that shelf, because that shelf, I literally like, this one right here. I like never look at it, I'm gonna be honest, or like the one below it. Let me think for a minute, and I'll be right back. Alright, I have selected, Mad Honey by Jodi Picoult and Jennifer Finley Boylan. I don't know how to say that last name. But there were like multiple books that I realized that I don't really think of reading, but I feel like I just felt like picking this one. So this is kind of, from what I've heard of what it's like, is kind of like a literary sort of thriller vibe. Basically, the gist is, this woman, Olivia, and her son move back to their hometown or something, or the woman's hometown, after her husband is like abusive or something like that, I think, from what I'm getting from the synopsis. But basically, after they move there, her son Asher falls in love with this girl named Lily, and everything's great and fine and dandy, and they're settling in. But then they find out Lily is dead. bum bum bum. But yeah, she got murdered or something, and Asher is being questioned by the police. And obviously, Olivia's like, my son would never do that. He's innocent, and all this stuff. So yeah, basically, as the whole thing unfolds, she's realizing that her son doesn't tell us nearly as much as she thinks, or something like that. I don't know. Basically, there's like court and solving a murder in this or something. And also bees, because they moved back to Olivia's father's like bee farm or something like that. So bees have something to do with the story. I'm told, or from what I've heard about this book, there's like beekeeping facts in it and stuff like that. So yeah, that's this one. So let's go ahead, pick the next book. And you know, I never know what to say during like the time I'm like shaking the frickin' jar and picking the next book. But anyway, also I got 2, so I think I'm just gonna pick the one in the middle and put the other one back, because I can. Anyway, oh, a trilogy. Basically just a book and a trilogy. So it's making me start a new series, basically. Which one of these is in a trilogy? I'm pretty sure this one is a trilogy, so we're just gonna go for, or actually, I could also pick the Poppy War, but I can't, well, which one? I have 2, I'm debating between these 2. So we got the Poppy War by R.F. Kuang, which is like exceedingly popular, very popular fantasy series, and I've heard it is very good. And also like I've seen a lot of people like get shocked about this book and stuff like that. So that's this one. And then this one is God Killer by Hannah Kaner, which I've also feel like I've heard pretty good things about. They're both fantasy series. I'm pretty sure this one might be more gruesome than this one, though this one is shorter. Do I want to go with a short or longer book? I mean, I do already have 2 shorter books in this. Let me deliberate with myself for a second, because I'm going to be indecisive. Okay, I have decided that I'm going to go with The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang, because just because I just feel like this is what I want to go with, you know? I've heard very good things about this. This is like an extremely popular fantasy series, and I've heard very good things about it, so like, I actually don't know what happens in this one, but it's obviously a war and stuff like that's going on in it. So yeah, I think, how many books do we have so far? We have 5, so I think I'm gonna do 3 more and make it 8. Just because, like, I'm not gonna read 8 books in a month, because I don't do that. I don't think it's just not gonna happen for me, but I just want options, you know? So anyway, let's go ahead, we'll pick this one for the next one. Oh, an unreliable narrator. What's a book that I've heard has an unreliable narrator? I might need to look at a few books here, because I don't know right off the top of my head any that have like unreliable narrators, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I took a look at all my books, and I don't think I see any that I know that have unreliable narrators. There aren't any that I see in here, so I'm gonna go ahead and just take a skip for that one, and we'll pick We'll pick another one for that book. Listen, if you see a book in my background that's literally has an unreliable narrator, no you don't. You see nothing, alright? Nothing's happening. But anyway, let's go ahead and pick the next one, which is going to be a queer book. Fantastic. I already got like 3 on here, but let's pick another. Let's take a look here. I think I'm gonna go with this one because I do think I'm gonna make myself read this one as well. Alright, so the one that I picked is The Brightness Between Us, and if you've watched my channel, you've definitely heard me mention The Darkness Outside Us. This is the second book to that. It's just a duology, and this is like after they're chilling and on after the first book. I don't want to say too much about what this book is about in case you haven't heard or read the first one, because I feel like saying stuff about this one gives off spoilers to the first. But this is a sci-fi, it's queer, and it has like, I've heard it's like kind of sad and has to do with family stuff. So yeah, by the way, if you haven't read the first one of this, please do. But yeah, I'm surprised I haven't actually read the second one because, or this one, because I'm like obsessed with the first one. So I was really excited for this when it came out. It came out on October 1st of last year. But I was probably still in my reading slump then, so that explains why I just didn't read it, and I just haven't picked it up since. So yeah, next book is that one. So let's do 2 more, and then we are done with the TBR. I'm trying to stick to like books that are on my like owned physical TBR because I need to get that down. I need to actually read the books that I'm buying, and I want to try and get it down, especially before my birthday. So, because I'm getting more books then. I am. It's happening. Alright, let's see what this one says. A book I can finish in a day. So, hold on for a second. Ooh. Alright, sorry about that. I got a text message and I had to reply to it. But basically, book I can read in one day. So, I would like argue I could read up to a 400-page book in one day because I have done that. But if I'm being realistic, I'm gonna be only up to around like 300-page book. But I feel like I should go with a shorter one. I could pick God Killer again, but I don't really feel like doing that. So I think what I want to go with is Before the Coffee Gets Cold. I do not know how to say this person's name, and I do not want to butcher it, so I'ma just not. Basically, this is like a book series. I believe it's of like a bunch of short stories of all these different people coming to this like cafe, and I think they get like chances to redo something in their lives, whatever they experience in that cafe or something. And it's like time travel stuff. So it's kind of like a literary sci-fi book is what I believe it is. So yeah, this is a short one also. I believe it's only like a bit over 200 pages. I think, hold on. I think it's 272 from what I can't tell. But anyway, that's this one. And for the final book, let's figure out what that one's gonna be. Alright, I've selected the final one. Hopefully it's not very anticlimactic. Alright, oh, a first book in a series. I don't know if you can read that. First book in a series. Why are you making me start so many series, man? I don't want to. I could go God Killer again, because it started the series. I mean, I could pick Dune. I'm not gonna read it, but I could pick it. because I do want to read that series, but I'm not gonna read it, or I'm not gonna read it like now. I'm gonna be honest, I really don't want to start a series right now. You know what? I'm gonna overrule it, because you know what? It's my video, so I get to do that. And I'm not gonna start a new book in a series, or a first in a series, because I don't have to. And I'm already reading, like, multiple, or at least, like, 3 books in series, 2 of which are the first books in series, so, like, I don't want to do that. So we're picking a new one right now. Hopefully it's one that I'll actually pick. Alright, let go of me. Alright, the actual final book in this is a book inspired by mythology. Now, I have a few choices for this one. Most of like my mythology books are like right here, because it's like all Percy Jackson pretty much. I have a few others, but I feel like I want to go with you. That's just what I'm feeling. So, the book I have selected, what the heck's going on here? My tabs are messed up, I'm gonna fix it. The book I picked is Orphea and Eurydice. This is like a gender swapped version of Orpheus and Eurydice and like their story and all that stuff. So, if you don't know the story of Orpheus and Eurydice, look it up. But I have also already started this book. I read like the first like 6 pages a little while ago. It was in a time where I was also in a reading slump, so I just didn't finish it. But from what I've read from it, is like, this was pretty good. This is kind of like, this is like fantasy, and also sort of, there's like poetry kind of written. It's kind of written like that, and it's very lyrically written, and I really like that. So this is the final book we're going to pick. Finally. Alright, let's just do a quick recap of all the books that I have selected for this TBR. So we got Orphea and Eurydice, or whatever the heck. Before the Coffee Gets Cold, The Brightness Between Us, The Poppy War, Mad Honey, The Space Between Worlds, Our Wives Under the Sea, and Hell Followed With Us. Also, I don't know if I said The Space Between Worlds when I first showed this book. I feel like I said it wrong. I don't remember what I said, but I feel like I said something wrong when I said it. But anyway, those are all of the books that I'm going to be attempting to get to in July. Will I? Realistically, no. But when have I ever stuck to my TBR before? But yeah, that is the end of this video. If you guys enjoy the absolute nonsense that comes out of my mouth and everything else, please do make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. And yeah, let me know in the comments a book that's on your TBR for this July. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. See ya!